in store for you today, and we are so excited. My question is, how are you feeling out there? Show us with your body. Get inside the chat box. We've got Facebook, YouTube, Zoom. How you feeling? My name is Carissa Kuchis, and I will be your MC for the day today. I'm here basically to help you get the most out of this virtual event, especially if this is your very first time tuning in to an incredible experience like this. You know, some of you, and let us know in the chat box right now which category you fall in. Some of you maybe have connected with Matthew throughout the years through the movies, or maybe in the book Green Lights. And some of you maybe just landed at an event like this for the very first time. You saw an ad, you got invited by a friend, and you're like, holy smokes, how the heck did I even get here? And now you're a couple minutes away from hanging out with Matthew freaking McConaughey. Is that not the craziest thing? So, I've got a couple housekeeping items to help support you having the most incredible virtual event you can possibly have. Number one, as you can see, we are in an interactive virtual studio. This is your very first time tuning in to an interactive training event of this capacity. I want you to throw in the chat box first time. You know, what's different about today, it's not just like watching a Matthew McConaughey movie, kicking back with some popcorn. This is actually deeply interactive. So if you're a VIP, give me a wave right now. You're actually on a Zoom call with Matthew McConaughey today. How nuts is that? And go ahead and put your cameras on, okay? This is a camera on experience. And then, Lena, and I got to tell you something. Please remember your camera is on, okay? Wink, wink. For everybody else, whether you're tuning in on Facebook or YouTube or Zoom, one of the most important ways that you're going to communicate today with Matthew McConaughey and all of the incredible speakers that hit this stage is inside of your chat box. So if you know where your chat box is, put a finger on the nose, VIPs. If you're on Facebook or you are on YouTube, I'd like you to locate that chat box today. And everyone lift your hands up like this and give me a big old wave, okay? Lay your hands on the keyboard and then leave them there today, because that's how you're going to interact and pitch and catch and hang out with Matthew McConaughey and all of our other speakers. They actually want to hear from you. They want to connect with you. They want you to share your interpretation of today and connect with other people, create community, and get the most out of this event. So let's do a test run on YouTube, on Facebook, on Zoom right now. I want you to type in the chat box, all right, all right. We should see all these chats rolling, and they should never stop rolling the entire day today. Let's really create some beautiful energy, okay? Our second tip for you in this beautiful virtual studio, this experience, is dedicate the time. Matthew, the team have planned out literally every single detail of this day, all the way to the very last second. So how many of you are committed to staying all the way until the end today, not missing a minute of this beautiful action? I always like to say to miss a minute is to miss way too much, but plus we have some amazing speakers. You're going to hear from people like Dean Graziosi, Marie Forleo, Trent Shelton, and we even have the incredible and the amazing Mr. Tony Robbins joining us at the end of the day today. So you're in for a treat. It's going to blow your mind and heart. I got to sit in and be a part of the prep the last 2 days. And what you're about to experience is going to lead you to a land of more love, more passion, more joy, more spunk. Whatever it is you're here for, this is the avenue where you get to create it. The third tip for you, and then we're going to get this party started. If you're ready for the third tip, say, oh, baby, yes, in that chat box and make some noise. The third tip for you is energy. You know, I've hosted my fair share of events over the last half decade, and I'll tell you that the difference that makes the difference is how you show up and I show up and all of us show up as a community. By the way, is this a community here today? A group of us here to master the art of living. We're starting as strangers, but what's uniting us is that we all want more in some capacity. And so we get to show up and give more to this experience. So check in with yourself right now. Are you sitting back like passively in your chair? Do you have like a million tabs open on your computer? Do you have just one earbud in? Or are you completely and totally engaged? Are you leaned in? Do you have a smile on your face, for God's sakes? Are you ready to experience more is essentially the basis of this question. Yes, my friends? If you want more, it's going to be highly advantageous to give more of yourself to this day. So that is it. If you are ready, make some noise. Let's just shake the body out. Shake off the day. Shake off the weekend. Stretch it up to the ceiling. Lean over. Come on. Shake that day off. And it's time to get this party started. I'm so deeply excited to bring to the stage a man that's going to introduce Matthew McConaughey to you all. And it's the man that's really responsible for helping make an event of this magnitude possible. There's over 2 million of you guys from 155,000 different countries. And he's going to share the really cool backstory of how Matthew McConaughey is even hosting an event like this, bringing his message to all of you. And this man is one of the greatest innovators and creative geniuses of all time. And his name is Dean Graziosi. And I know some of you in the audience already know Dean. And if not, you're going to fall in love with him. But this man is responsible for helping thought leaders just like Matthew reach the world through their message at a scale beyond what any other human has done. And some of the biggest events you've probably seen online in this category, self-growth, self-exploration, self-development, were actually orchestrated by Dean. And he's the brain behind the Art of Living, this event here today in partnership with Matthew. And sure, he's wrote New York Times bestselling books. He's been a part of building a ton of companies. He's created incredible amounts of success, but his claim to fame is 3 things. Number 1, he's an amazing husband. He's an incredible father. And he's most importantly a man on a mission to help important messages, like what we're going to learn today, reach people around the world like us. Dean, Matthew, together, they've been working for months to bring this project to life. And today, I'm so excited you finally get to experience the magic that is the art of living. Are you ready, my friends? Please help me welcome to the stage to kick this beautiful day off. It's Dean Graziosi!
Hey guys, hey everybody. Now don't worry, McConaughey will be on in just a few minutes. I just want to jump in. For those I'm meeting for the first time, hello. It's a pleasure, it's a privilege to be here. For those that I see, we know each other. What's up? Hey, I wanted to give a little context, a little behind the scenes on how an event like this happens. Why did Matthew McConaughey do the Art of Living? I figured I'd pull back the curtain here in just a couple minutes. You know, about a year ago, who in here has read Green Lights? Anybody read Green Lights? Yeah, and if you didn't, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about here in just a few minutes. But I got done reading Green Lights about a year ago. And when I got done, I wanted more. I wanted more McConaughey. I wanted more what he was delivering. I've been in this industry, helping serve people for over 27 years, and it was so different. I could feel his heart speaking to mine, but not just as the actor, as someone giving you a better path. So I immediately called my dear friend, one of my best friends in the world, and my partner, Tony Robbins. I'm like, you got to read McConaughey's book. I'm telling you. So about a week later, I called him. I said, hey, did you read that book? He's like, not yet. I'm like, read the damn thing. So 2 days later, my phone rings. I see it's Tony, and I pick it up. And the words he says is, this bastard's crazier than me. And he said, when he got done with being funny, he said, honest and truly, this guy's depth of wisdom is unlike anything I've ever seen. And the way he delivers it, it kind of sticks to the ribs. I said, I know the world needs more McConaughey. So we invited him to speak at a couple of our events. And they were our biggest events. We had over 2 million people over 2 events. And people went nuts. They went absolutely crazy. Not one of the greatest actors of our time. But they didn't go crazy for the actor. They went crazy because of how he delivered in a time when we all need it. Can we all agree the last couple of years have been pretty damn crazy? Right? And can we all agree? Can we all agree we all got stuff? We all got past stuff. We all got things we're fighting through. We all got things. And then you compound it with the craziness the last couple of years. And so many people, I've been in the Facebook group, so many people are lost, looking for that next level, looking for a path, looking for a plan. And this guy gives us a better perspective, like a different set of lenses to look through. And that's why we are so excited to help bring this event to reality, to bring this event to you guys today. Because who's ready for another level? Right? And here's what I know. I've been doing this a long time, 27 years. My partner, Tony, for 45 years. But here's what I do know, is we might come from different backgrounds, different countries, 150 countries, not 150,000, but KK was in the mix, right? We all come from different, maybe different religions, different politics, but there's one thing we all have in common. We all know we were meant for more. More love, more joy, more abundance, more happiness, more freedom, more income, more impact on the world. So who can admit we are meant for more, and that unites us today, right? And the other thing is we have this opportunity to look into a better future for ourselves. And the reason I believe McConaughey is so good, the guy's been journaling for over 30 years. So when you journal, you get to see patterns. This pattern helps me be successful. This pattern helps me go in a different direction, right? And he loves to say, you know, I'm not making A's and straight A's and everything. But think about this. I got to see behind the scenes, behind the curtain, on the amazing relationship with his wife. And it's unbelievable. I got to see behind the curtain of the father that he is, the work he does. He is a hustler. The work he put in to make this event live is unbelievable. Hey, I'm trying to focus over here. Can we like I'm trying to do an opening here.
Just giving you a little background. Right. We travel everywhere. I love this opening.
Obviously, he'll be here in 2 seconds. I want to end with this. You have no idea the work that went into this and creating something for you to tap into that full potential, to live into the person you're meant to be. So can we commit to staying all day? Can we commit to going all in? Can you put it in the chat? I commit, or I'm all in, McConaughey? Well, great. Without further ado, Mr. McConaughey.
Cello. Woo-hoo! Thank you, Dean. You know, after publishing Green Lights, I was bombarded with the request to go deeper into the approach and reveal some process. And that, serendipitously, is when Tony and Dean called saying, hey, McConaughey, we love your book. We want to go deeper and get even more practical with it. I said, yes. And here we are. After 8 months of creating this project, this one, live, right here, right now, with you, we have all intentions today of supplying what you demand. Dean and Tony, your ability and desire to influence so many people in such unanimously positive ways is truly inspiring. And the fact that you're out to do more than just inspire, you know, you're actually here to transform. Amen to that. And thank you for giving me that call. So thank you, Dean. Thank you, Tony. Also Marie, Trent, Carissa, and so many other talented folks behind the scenes, all right, for choosing to make the time and do such specific and high-end work that we finally get to share with you today. All right, now, here's the biggie. Thank you. All of you. Over 2 million of you. You had a choice. You ain't got to be here. If you're doing whatever you do every other Monday or any other time, but you're not. You're here. You made the time. You chose to take the risk, and you showed up. Thank you. Seriously, thank you for not being lazy with yourself. All right. Thank you for being humble. Thank you for being curious. Thank you for being willing to learn. Thank you for being so generous with yourself, for being honest and brave enough to interrogate and investigate yourself. Because we all know it's a whole hell of a lot easier not to. Thank you also for not being afraid of change and admitting that you want and you need more. Thanks for being courageous enough to find out what the heck your more is and take the journey to get it. Basically, I'm saying thank you for investing in yourself. So, what am I doing here? What are you doing here? You, me, us, together right now. Now, I think we're all trying to figure out the riddle. You know, put some rhyme to the reason and answer the bigger existential question of what the hell are we doing here in this life that we're living? In this life that sometimes we feel like we're not living at all. And I get it. I get it, man. We live in such uncertain times. We are constantly searching for answers, constantly searching for our sanity even. We're just looking for some solid ground to step on. It's damn hard to find. We're not quite sure how to move forward, much less where we'd be going when we do. Yes, the future, it's foggy. And it seems like on this highway called life, everybody's got their hazard lights on. We're asking the question, is this all there is? Is this just how it's got to be? We don't know who to trust. We don't know what to believe in. So what do? We find ourselves chasing every single fad that the world tells us we should chase. And none of them seem to get us where we want to go. No, they just have us going in circles, revolving, getting dizzy.
The most important decision in relationship in your life is selection. Write this down. 95% of success in a relationship is selection. I don't just mean who you select to bring into a relationship with you. I mean who you select within yourself to bring to your relationship today. When you get too familiar with something,
when we look at our circumstances, sometimes we don't see how we can get ahead, how we can accomplish our dreams, how we can own and not just rent, or how we can leave an inheritance to our grandchildren, like the scripture says. With inflation, gas prices higher, food costing more, in the natural, we may not see a way. But God is a supernatural God. When we come to the end of our resources, He steps in and says, I'll make streams in the desert. I'll take 5 loaves and 2 fish and multiply them to feed thousands. When we look at our circle,
When Peter Parker was watching a video of himself preventing a car from crashing into a bus in the middle of a class, the teacher asked him to solve the problem as he wasn't paying attention. But still he was able to solve the problem by just looking at the problem for about 2 seconds, because there is a pendulum motion arc on the whiteboard and he uses it every day to swing around. He also used this exact motion to save his friends in Washington Monument.
Peter's not going to Washington.
No.
Why not?
When Peter Parker was watching a video of himself,
Zechariah Sitchin, he's like the Sumerian text in his interpretation described a planet that came in an elliptical orbit every 3,600 years close to Earth, and that this planet was called Nibiru, and that this planet, that there's these creatures on this planet called the Anunnaki, and that human beings were the product of accelerated evolution. So the Anunnaki came down here when we were basically lower primates in the jungle, and
he was dressed like 1950, half drunk and hollow-eyed.
Talk to me.
Ryan, would you ever get a person?
I had to stop giving a fuck about people. That was the biggest thing. I had to stop caring what people thought about me. I realized that everybody's fucked up. That's the one thing I realized. I walked around and I put these people on a fucking pedestal. Everybody was better than me. So I can't tell you anything about me because you're gonna judge me and I'm gonna feel even worse than what I am. What I realized, once I calmed my mind down and sat back and looked at how jacked up this world is, once you realize that you are not alone, everybody that's talking to you about how jacked up you are, only thing they've done better than you is they've hidden their fucked up world better than you have.
Love bombing. Be very careful. When he knows you're done, and I cover this in the new book, Escaping Your Narcissist. When he knows you're done, and you're not kidding, and hopefully you've left, you're going to get love bombing like you wouldn't believe, because he doesn't want to be divorced. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't love you. Doesn't want to lose control. Doesn't want to lose money. Doesn't want to lose the kids. Doesn't want to lose his reputation. Has nothing to do with you or God, frankly. And so if he can love bomb you back, that's exactly what he'll do. Don't fall for that. It'll be even worse because he's never going to forgive you for filing. I guarantee you. If the love bombing doesn't work, then he goes into a kind of overlap here, Mr. Repentance, I call it. Oh, no one's ever repented like this guy. Baloney. You hold the line. No response to him. I'm divorcing you. No explanation. No dialogue. And he will turn on you like a snake. He might last 2 months, maybe. Most of them won't even last that long. And he will turn on you, confirming you're right. Love bombing. Be very careful. When he knows you're done,
When we look at our circumstances, sometimes
God says, "My child, I know you're tired. I know you're confused. I know you feel lost and alone in this world. Do not fear, for I'm always with you. Your sadness will disappear soon. I'll take care of you. Trust me, I will open doors no man can shut. I will bring success and victory and make your life prosper. I will never abandon you. I love you." Type yes if you believe. Subscribe for more good news.
when people come against you, they're not just messing with you, they're messing with the God who put the blessing on you. The good news is you don't have to fight those battles. You have a defender. Don't try to do it in your own strength. Stand still and you will see the deliverance of the Lord. I have never seen anyone who's tried to stop me, discredit me, keep me from my purpose, continue to succeed. It may have been a year, 5 years, 10 years, but eventually they fade out and I'm still standing. It's because the blessing is more powerful than the curse. When people come again, I remember the distinct smells, the salt water from the ocean spray, and the smoke from people grilling on the beach, and the marijuana from the hippies getting high. The longer I stayed, the better I felt. But
I saw